Hi everybody, my name is Annie Taylor and I'm the Special Events Director for DemonTHON, and I just kind of wanted to share with you the reason I got involved and the reason why I stay inspired throughout all of our work with DemonTHON and fundraising, and then the actual day of standing for 24 hours. My journey is kind of twofold. It starts with one of my friends, Danny Hull. He was one of my coworkers at a camp that I worked at for 5 years and a real good friend of mine. And he passed away in June of 2010. And I just remember thinking that day, he was such an inspiration for so many children, and he just did so much. He was a coach for football. He worked at the camp. He also worked at the YMCA. I mean, he really just did so much for children, and they looked up to him like no one else. And I remember thinking on the day that he passed away, who's gonna be there to do that? Now that he's gone, who's gonna be there? Who's gonna do that? And that's kind of when I made this silent vow to myself that I promised myself and I promised him that I would continue that legacy and really look for ways to be an inspiration to children, so that his death didn't mean the death of his spirit or his legacy, that everything he was doing for kids would inspire me to continue that on. So that's when the second part of my life really began. I was granted amazing opportunities to work with the Make-A-Wish Foundation and Give Kids a World Village, and a couple other organizations that help out kids with life-threatening medical illnesses, and they just stole my heart 100%. I was pre-law before I embarked on this endeavor, and now I'm graduating this June, and I fully intend 100% to do my very best to make a career out of helping kids who are facing these really, really tough situations in life. And I just remember meeting these kids and just the joy and just the happiness they had for life despite their adversities. And it's just, once you meet kids that are going through these life struggles and you see how much joy they have for life still and the innocence that still is in there, you really can't help but to do everything in your power to ensure that that will continue for them. So that's why I applied for DemonTHON. I just saw it as another way to help out these kids that I've come to know and to love. And really, Children's Miracle Network and Children's Memorial Hospital was the foundation that granted them their health. So I was so excited to embark on this journey that would help these kids, and everything has just gotten better. All the hard work and all the fundraising and all the physical aspects of it, it's just 100% worth it. Once you come to DemonTHON and you get to meet these kids and you get to kind of hear a little bit more about what we're trying to do, you're not gonna help but just fall in love with the cause. And I just can't wait for that part of your life to begin and to get to meet you. And I know it's kind of tough at times to raise some money or the physical endeavor, but I promise you, it's 100% worth it. And there's nothing like the feeling at the end that you did it, that you stood for these kids that couldn't, and you made a small dent in the way that their lives are gonna be. You're really making a difference for them. And I just can't wait to meet you. And thank you so much for everything that you're doing for us, and for the kids and for the hospital. And I just can't wait until DemonTHON actually happens and to get started and to get dancing. Make sure to come by and say hi to me. All right, thanks guys.